When you move on from a relationship with a narcissist, it's not uncommon to experience continued attempt from them to remain in your life, even long after the relationship has ended. You may have created clear boundaries and built a life independent of them, but their inability to fully let go often persists. This is not because of anything you've done wrong, but rather it reveals the deeper emotional dysfunction within the narcissist. Narcissistic individuals often suffer from a profound emotional emptiness. Your presence in their life provided them with validation and a sense of identity they were unable to create on their own. They depended on you, not for a mutual, loving connection, but for emotional sustenance. You, driven by empathy and care, may have tried to help and support them, only to be met with disregard, manipulation, or control. When you finally stepped away to protect your well-being, it disrupted their sense of control. Narcissists are often emotionally immature and lack the inner tools needed for genuine self-reflection or growth. They may have appeared indifferent, vanished suddenly, or even replaced you quickly with someone new. But beneath the surface, many of these actions are part of a pattern, the constant search for new sources of validation. These replacements don't indicate emotional healing. They're simply temporary fixes for a deeper void. Even if they seem to have moved on, married, or found success, it's often a facade. The need for control and validation doesn't vanish with a new relationship or time. Narcissists struggle to let go of past connections because those relationships serve as markers of their perceived power. Your departure, especially after a long and emotionally intense connection, can create a collapse in their carefully constructed image. You were a source of light, support, and emotional energy, and they miss that deeply, even if they can't admit it. Attempts to re-enter your life, directly or indirectly through others, are often driven by a desire to reassert control. They might test your boundaries, try to reopen communication, or subtly undermine your growth. These actions are not about love or regret in the traditional sense. They're strategies to regain influence and soothe their fragile self-image. It's essential to recognize that your personal growth, happiness, and independence can be deeply unsettling to a narcissist. They may resent your strength and attempt to reassert dominance, to reaffirm their power. But your ability to walk away, maintain boundaries, and reclaim your self-worth signifies the collapse of their control and the beginning of your healing. Their struggle to move on reflects not just their attachment to you, but their dependence on what you represented: stability, compassion, and emotional support. These are qualities they desperately crave, but cannot authentically reciprocate. Understanding this dynamic allows you to stay grounded in your truth, resist their manipulations, and continue moving forward with clarity and strength.